Hey gang, welcome to another episode of Rotator Cuff Expert. Welcome to another episode of the Rotator Cuff Expert. I've been told recently, a couple times, that I talk too fast. And I'm sorry, I get a little bit excited in all these topics, so I get that going a little faster. So I'm going to try to talk a little bit slower so people don't get stressed when I'm talking, because that's not what I want to do. I want to ease people's fears and help them. I don't want to make them more stressed. So I will try. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'll try. And if anybody thinks that I talk too slow after this video, then you can leave that in the comments, and then I'll try and figure out what really is true, or they're both true, and I will just alternate between one or the other. Anyway, today we're going to continue on with our thoughts and topics about sleep. Today we're going to talk about melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that's created in the pineal gland of the deep inside the brain. So if this is your brain, I don't know why I thought I should draw a picture of the pineal gland within the brain. I don't know what the reasoning was there, but I thought I would, so I did. So this little pink spot is a pineal gland. So this is kind of the gray matter. This is the cerebellum here, the pituitary gland here, below here the pons, and the spinal cord, and everybody's favorite, just because it's fun to say, the medulla oblongata, right? So the pons is, the pineal gland right here, and the pineal gland is what gives us melatonin. So melatonin helps with our kind of sleep cycle. So the concept is, as we get into the evening, our pineal gland increases the amount of melatonin coming out. And that gives us a sense, and there's a doctor out there, I don't remember, somewhere, I think from Harvard, said it gives us quiet wakefulness, all right? So it kind of gets us ready for sleep. So it doesn't put us to sleep, but it gets us in a state that it's easier for us to sleep. Happens in the evening. Melatonin is tricky because it may not actually really help truly insomnia. However, it seems to help with jet lag or shift work. And so I think, again, when we're going through a rotator cuff repair and we're trying to recover, lots of times we're all messed up, right? Our days and nights are messed up. And so I think this is sort of like jet lag or shift work. And so what you want to do is take it 1 to 3 hours, you want to take it a couple hours before you're getting ready to go to bed, so it works. And you want to do that consistently, at least for a while, and you want to take 1 to 3 milligrams. Okay, we're going to stop and pause right there and make sure everybody hears me. Check with your doctor before you take any supplement, including melatonin. Melatonin is out there in lots of places, but you're not. But there are people who it is not safe to take. So make sure that you check with your doctor before you take melatonin or any other supplement. Any that I recommend or anybody recommends, check with your doctor, because melatonin actually can, in some circumstances, increase blood pressure. So if you already have high blood pressure on certain blood pressure medicines, you don't want it to increase it more. It potentially can increase blood sugar too. So we want to make sure that it's safe for you before you take it. So it's a pretty safe drug, but you still need to check with your doctor to make sure it's safe for you to take it, okay? So we don't want to have high blood pressure, we don't have high blood sugars, because that would defeat the whole purpose of us trying to be healthier, right? So, and you also have to work with the melatonin. What do I mean by that? Well, melatonin by itself is not going to combat all the things that you might do wrong. So important that earlier in the day you get sunlight, because that actually helps trigger your brain to know that it's morning and know it's time to be awake. And then as we get into the evening, we want to dim our lights. We want to talk about trying to get ready for sleep. So we don't want a whole bunch of bright lights that are going to confuse our brain. If we take melatonin, but we have a lot of bright lights, then the brain is not going to really know what time it is, and it's going to mess it up. And that's why it works for jet lag and shift work. If depending on the time of day, if it really is day and you want to sleep in shift work, so to speak, then you want to make sure you keep your lights down so you can simulate evening or simulate time to go to bed. So hormone, melatonin, 1 to 3 milligrams, 2 hours before sleep. But again, check with your doctor, make sure it's okay. Make sure you do light in the morning. Make sure that if it's not working within a month or so, you probably shouldn't use it. Again, it's really more for this transition sleep. It's not for long term. Again, it's for this change in sleep habits, which you would have probably during your recovery from rotator cuff surgery or any other surgery for that matter. Also, there are a few other substances that people use to help sleep. And if you are interested in me doing videos on these substances, please say yes, or I'd like you to talk about this or that. So the three that I know of that might be interesting, but we'll find out if you think are interesting, because that's what's most important: CBD, valerian, and chamomile. So those are three that also potentially can have some sleep effects. So if you're interested in me going in and diving into those, I'll be happy to. If you're not, that's fine. You don't have to say, no, don't do it. You can if you want. But please like the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please leave comments for me so I can know what topics are important and things that you would like me to talk about. And I thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.